All right. So thank you, devotees. Welcome, everyone. So today we are discussing, or we continue to discuss our Srimad Bhagavad Gita introduction. So last week we started the prayers just Krishna Prabhu recited, and we started reading the introduction portion of it. As discussed, this introduction, especially Prabhupada has given uh, the gist of the entire Bhagavad Gita. So the entire Bhagavad Gita, by any chance, if we miss it, or if any new devotee, or uh, first time they are coming into or something, if they wants to understand Bhagavad Gita, so it gives everything. So the essence of, or the overall summary of Bhagavad Gita is given as introduction. So this is also available as a separate book, a small book. Separate book is available in case if anyone have carry it in your pocket. It's basically carrying. Some people carry it, right? So small Bhagavad Gita. Some people will carry it anytime when you are in stress or something. Open your bag or pocket, take out the Bhagavad Gita, and just read a verse. You will be out of your anxiety and stress. So this is a very wonderful book to have it. So this is what it is, and especially uh, you know we discussed this one. Why listening of Bhagavad Gita or discussing Bhagavad Gita is so important. Where did this all started? This all started Mother Parvati asking a question to Lord Shiva. You know, you are the authority of all the Vedic scriptures. Tell me something which is essential. Tell me something which is so transcendental, so wonderful. Then Lord Shiva started explaining to Mother Parvati the glories of Bhagavad Gita. Where did he started? When he started, he told that this he heard from Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is speaking to Mother Lakshmi. So Mother Lakshmi is asking a question, Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu killed Madhukaitavas. I think he killed the demons. He came back and he lay down in his yoga nidra. While he is in yoga nidra, Mother Lakshmi is asking, "What are you resting? Why are you resting? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts and what is happening?" Then he gave this. I am thinking about the energy or my energy that is being created this world and running it automatically. See, Krishna created it, but he is separated himself from it. He is not taking care of day-to-day activities. No, it is Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva are the ones who is taking care of day-to-day activities. Lord Krishna is never involved with the material activities at all. At all. But if we wanted to know about Lord Krishna's activities, we must go beyond this. So we must step into the transcendental world so that we can understand Krishna's activities. So this whole thing started there. So we can clearly see how important or how much Bhagavad Gita is part of our daily routine. Daily routine. So my sincere request to every one of you on this call, find some time in the day, either morning or evening, find some time. Read at least one verse. At least one verse. That will get you 100% liberation. If you understand and sincerely, and if you have more interest, 100% it is guaranteed that you go to Vaikuntha Loka. Especially that The verse today I sent in an email, you can read it. No matter how many sinful activities we commit, but if we start reading Bhagavad Gita, all of them will be eradicated and we can play with Vishnu. That is the verse, isn't it? And especially when we go to first chapter, we can discuss about the importance of first chapter. So all these 18 chapters were very nicely explained by Vishnu. The importance of each chapter. What is the significance of first chapter? You know, how we can remember that first chapter, how we can remember second chapter. Like each chapter follows a nice or precedes a nice story, a wonderful story. We will discuss them when it comes to it. So last week in the introduction portion, we read about how do we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. What is the qualification? What is the qualification? The person who is speaking must coming from the bona fide sampradaya. Evam parampara praptam. This comes in a lineage, disciplic succession, from guru to his disciple to his disciple, his disciple to his disciple. So this is bona fide sampradaya. So in this sampradaya, everyone go through the teachings of the previous acharya. So we repeat the same words that the acharya is spoken. So this is we have to learn. So the verses, Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, 1, 2, 3, those are all Krishna, spoken. What did he say? He said, I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan. I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan. Vivaswan given this one to Manu. Manu given this one to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku given to the remaining. But over a period of time, this succession was broken completely. And now Krishna is revived. With who? Arjuna. Why Arjuna? Because he is a friend and devotee. Bhaktosime sakacheti rahasyam etaduttamam. Said, basically, you are a friend and a devotee. So, the qualification for us to hear it, sorry, the qualification for us to hear is, we have to be friend to Krishna and a devotee. So, this is very, very important. And especially how we can be in relationship with Krishna. So, here there are five relationships we can have with Krishna. What sort of relationships? One is passive state. This is more like a impersonalist, passive. I'm not so active. So what are all the examples of passive? Anyone know? What is or who is a devotee in a passive state? Can anyone name any example? A devotee in passive state? Can you think of an example? Hare Krishna. I'm on the call.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So
Maybe here is the thing, Prabhu. Normal human being, he knew about Krishna, but he's not a devotee, Prabhu.
what is a passive state? Anyone know what is a passive state? What is a passive state? This is the most common thing, most common word we use it in everyday life. What is a passive state?
Like body present, mind absent.
Yes, body present, mind absent. It's a very simple thing. Body present, mind absent. What it means is basically our heart is not there. Or I'm not excited. I'm not interested to do anything. This is basically a passive state. So the best examples for a passive state, for example, a tree which gives wood to make a temple. So the tree was cut, make a lumber, make a temple, make a chair, make an altar, make something. So the tree is serving Krishna in a passive state. A plant which gives flowers, we decorate the flowers to Krishna and we use all for his decoration. So plant is in a passive state. It cannot express its emotions to Krishna because it doesn't have any body to express emotions, anything in it. So when we have a body, if we serve Krishna with that body, that is an active state. So some people, as Sandeep Prabhu nicely mentioned, some people, they have body, but they don't work. They accept, yes, there is God, I'm okay with it, but I don't have anything to do with it. I accept there is a God, I respect, but I don't have anything to do with it. This is passive state. This is called Shanta. This is called Shanta. Now next, one may be a devotee in an active state. What is this mean active? So body and mind present. What it mean actually? That means I am working as a servant. I am working as a servant. For example, I get up in the morning, I clean the whole temple and the yard. Or there is a function or festive going on in the temple, I do some service. I remove all the plates, I remove the garbage, I take out the shoes or something, I give. So I work, I serve, I serve. This is called a devotee in active service. Now, this is basically, the above two is basically, one is just accepting it at the mind level, but not really doing anything. The second is doing it, but that is also more like what? More like a kind of awe and reverence. There is no relationship that deep that you can say anything to Krishna. You don't have much relationship. So the first relationship we can have with Krishna is a friend. A friend. A friend is someone who has some liberty, who can take some liberty, who can make a joke, who can take it, who can talk to it. You can call for any help. You can call for any help. That is a friend. For example, Arjuna. Arjuna is a friend. Is a friend. So that is why most important thing is this element. What it says is, lot of times in my experience also I realized it. Most of the time we try to change the people right away. What it mean? I get the taste of Krishna consciousness. I am practicing it. When the new people come, right away, I try to speak philosophy. I try to say this process is super duper. All the problems will be vanished in thin air just like that. No, no. The first thing we have to establish a relationship, a friendly relationship. When we are having a relationship with that person, then what happened? Anything you speak, he will listen. Anything you speak, he will listen because you are a friend. A friend means you are his well-wisher. When I become a well-wisher, then anything I say, you listen. Why? Because that will help you. That will benefit you. So the most important is, before we convert any newcomers into devotees, make friendship, be nicely, listen to them, talk to them, understand them. Don't right away jump on, try to give your philosophy onto them. No, each one have their own view, their own perception, their own kind of. So listen to them, be friendly with them. Then discuss anything about it. So a friendship is a underneath, or the friendship is the fundamental thing to make any person as a devotee or something. So that is a relationship. And Next level is a parent. A parent is one who takes care of anyone, isn't it? Their children are under the care of the parents. Here, Krishna is also be like a son to Vasudeva and Devaki, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So he became a son. So that means, see how beautiful it is. A person like a Supreme can be also a son. A person like Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unconquerable in the three worlds, but he is afraid of his mother and father. Isn't it wonderful? If Mother Yashoda looks at Krishna seriously, raises her eyebrows, Krishna shiver like anything, run behind. Can we imagine it all? The Lord is unconquerable in the world. There is no second to Lord. Such Lord accepted this relationship. Such Lord enjoys this relationship. So that means we can see how merciful Krishna is. All we need is a desire that Krishna, I fell in love with you and I wanted to be with you. That's all we need is. That's all we need is just fall in love with Krishna. If we do that, there is nothing like it. Any relationship, Krishna accepts it, whichever relationship. And finally, that is conjugal lover. And a lot of times we may have this doubt too, how can, women can somewhat relate it, being a lover. That's not a problem. But men, oh, is it something very odd? Loving Krishna is also a Purusha. We are also a Purusha. How can we love in this kind of relationship? No. So the problem, or we need to understand, Krishna is the only Purusha. There is no other Purusha. There is no other Purusha. What it means? It means Krishna is the only enjoyer. All the other are to be enjoyed by Krishna. Anything that is enjoyed is a woman, is a feminine. Even though some of us take the bodies of male, but that is still is a physical body which we take it, has nothing to do with loving Krishna. Nothing to do with loving Krishna. Krishna can be loved by anyone, in any level, any kind of love. Is Krishna accepted? Because Krishna is the only Purusha. Remaining all are Prakriti. Prakriti means feminine. It's nature. Nature to be enjoyed. Nature to be enjoyed. So Krishna is Shakti. Krishna is Shaktiman. We are all Shaktis. So Shakti must be possessed by a Shaktiman. So we are all in the hands of Krishna, irrespective of what body we have it. Whether it's an animal body, bird body, tree's body, an insect's body, or a human's body, it doesn't matter. That is what it is finally. So this is what we discussed and in more in depth. So let us read starting from here today and what else this introduction is giving it. So far, this is what we discussed about it. So we have to learn this one in the Parampara system, and we can have relationships with Krishna in these 5 levels. So anyone would like to read these verses or from this point onwards?
I'll read, Prabhuji.
Hold for a second, Krishna Prabhu. Any newcomers wants to try it? You can read the English. I can read the the Sanskrit, or one of can read it. Any newcomers, I take take an advantage, and just reading English is no big deal. Anyone would like to try? No. All right, Krishna.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
no, sorry, Prabhuji. I'm not feeling so well,
No,
so I
that's okay,
cannot.
Mataji. Yeah, it's all right, Mataji. No big deal. Anyone
Yeah,
else?
thank you.
Priya Mataji. I think you read Priya Mataji yesterday, right?
Yeah, I can read.
Yes, Sandeep Prabhu. I think you can read this English. I can read it if you want it. Anyone would like to read the Sanskrit here? Krishna Prabhu, would you like to read the Sanskrit here?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, go ahead.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rasayah Sarve Devash Devarshir Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva ब्रवीषि मे सर्वम् सर्वम् एतद्रतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवान् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवन दानवः. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Sandeep Prabhu, you can read the the
Yes.
translation, Prabhu.
So, yeah, here it goes. Arjuna said, "You are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm the truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality." After hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Parabrahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman, but the Supreme Living Being or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Brahman. Parandama means that he is the supreme rest or abode of everything. Pavitram means that he is pure, untainted by material contamination. Purusam means that he is the supreme enjoyer. Saswatam, eternal. Devyam, transcendental. Adidevam, the original supreme personality of Godhead. Ajam, the unborn, and Vibhum, the greatest. Now one may think that because Krishna was the friend of Arjuna, Arjuna was telling him all this by way of flattery. But Arjuna, just to drive out this kind of doubt from the minds of the readers of Bhagavad Gita, substantiates these praises in the next verse when he says that Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only by himself but by authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasadeva. These are great personalities who distribute the Vedic knowledge as it is accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvam etad dratam manye. I accept everything you say to be true. Arjuna also says that the personality of the Lord is very difficult to understand and that he cannot be known even by the great demigods. This means that the Lord cannot even be known by personalities greater than human beings. So how a human being understand Lord Sri Krishna without becoming his devotee? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great personality. Lord Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or statements of Arjuna, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita should at least theoretically accept Sri Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, and with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it's a great mystery.
Thank you, Sandeep Prabhu. I think this is good enough portion too. So these three verses which we just read here, these three verses are being discussed here. So what it is saying that here it is saying Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. See, Param Brahma Parandhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibham. And I think last class also I mentioned, this is one of the verse you memorize every day. That is the most wonderful verse you can memorize in the morning. When you wake up, you can wake up with that verse actually. So when morning we get up, right, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever the time it is. When you wake up with that verse. That is a verse, a beautiful verse. You can recite it while waking up. A beautiful, beautiful verse. What it is saying? Param Brahma. Param Brahma. We are all Brahman, right? Aham Brahma Asmi. That means I am Brahman. What is Brahman? That means I am a soul. I'm a soul. I'm not this body. I'm a soul. That means I change bodies. I change bodies. So the soul is eternal. I change bodies. But there is a super soul who is sitting inside me. Like that, there is a super soul in every body, every living entity. We discussed earlier also. What is that? Anor aniyan mahato mahiyan. Atmasya jantor nihitam guhayam. Where it says, we the Atma and the biggest of biggest, the smallest of small, we the Atma, and the biggest of biggest, the Supreme, both are sitting in the heart of a living entity. Whatever it is, whether it is an ant, whether it is a person, whether it is an elephant, no matter which living entity, these two will be there. So the Supreme is basically Param Brahma. Param Brahma. He knows everything in from everyone, isn't it? Everything. Even in the movies also we see this dialogue more often, right? Don't expect that. Don't think that nobody is watching you. There is God who is watching you. What it mean by God watching you? That means others may not see what we are doing it, but there is always one more person knows what we are doing other than ourselves. That is the Lord Himself, who is with us, always, always with us. And He lives where? Parandhama. His Dhamma is Param. His Dhamma means is abode, is wherever it is. For example, this is the one of the reason why our home must be clean, well. Why? If we want the Lord to live in our home must be clean. God cannot live in a filthy place. That is why if we look at it in any temple must be very nicely kept. There shouldn't be cobwebs, trash everywhere, this and that, broken walls, no, that is not the place where Krishna lives. Lord lives a place that is clean, nice. So if we want Lord to live with us in our home must be clean. At the same time, if we want Lord to live in our heart, in our body, then we must be clean too. Isn't it? That is the reason we were asked to get up, take bath. Whenever we do something, then take bath. Whenever we go to bathrooms, all these things, do some other process. So we are asking to be clean as much as possible because the Lord is in us. So we have to be clean as much as possible. Pavitram, He is purest of pures. Pavitram, He is pure, and He is the beginning. Adidevam. Adidevam, He is the beginning. For Him, there is no beginning. One without the beginning. Aham Adirhi Devanam. I am the beginning of everyone. Aham Sarvasya Prabho. Everything is coming from Krishna. There is nothing before Krishna. Krishna is the beginning of everything. There is nothing before Krishna. So he is the greatest. That is what it is. Now, because he is a friend of Krishna, Arjuna is a friend of Krishna, is he praising him? No, he is not boasting. This is what we do in the material world, isn't it? In the material world, we boost people unnecessarily. Oh, he is like this. Oh, he is like that. He is all this. But in fact, in reality, they are not like that at all. They are not like that at all, isn't it? For that reason, we lose faith on the people because the words never matches their actions. So here we may also think that those who don't like Krishna, they may think that, oh, Arjuna is boasting Krishna, Krishna is another, a person, maybe it is little extra. Like for example, in human beings, some time back, in human beings, we call it as, you all familiar with Arnold Schwarzenegger? I think he's very famous hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's the strongest person probably a few years back or something. So you maybe think like that, oh, okay, Krishna is a strongest person. No, not like that. Here, Arjuna is giving authoritative statement. Oh, it is not me speaking. It is Narada is speaking. It is Asita is speaking. It is Devala is speaking. That means they are authority. They were proven. We all know who the Narada is. He never spoke lies at all. And Asita, he's always like, always, doing austerities, everything. He's a very, exalted person. All these are all exalted persons. Whatever they speak is 100% truth. So Arjuna is telling that I'm not speaking, they are speaking. And now you confirmed it. And this statement is very, very wonderful. Sarvam etad rutam manye, yanmam vadasi kesava. So he is finally telling this line. What is he telling? Krishna, whatever you spoke, I accepted it as the truth. I surrender. This is very important for us, because when we surrender, then only we get the protection. Is it not? This is the same in our lives also, is it not? We have children at our home, right? What do we expect from our children? We give everything even if they don't listen to us. We buy things for them. We do things for them when they listen to us, when they follow our instructions. But if they don't listen to us, they don't follow us, do we give everything? No. So it is very important. So we must accept whatever Krishna is speaking is the truth, and then follows it. Follows it. Why Krishna speaking? Why we have to follow Krishna? Because there is no one there to understand Krishna unless he himself reveals it. Unless he himself reveals it. This is true in our cases also, right? How much we do, how much anyone know about the other person, including our spouses, right? We thought of that we know everything about our spouses, our children, but that is not true. There are many things we don't know about our spouses, isn't it? I don't know, at least I don't know some of, the things. My wife likes it, what color she likes it, what is, kind of, I don't know. So the most important it is, we don't. Unless that person reveals. When that person reveals, then we know. Here, Krishna is revealing. This is who I am. So if we pay attention, we know who Krishna is. We know what Krishna's interest and what makes Krishna is happy, what makes Krishna sad, all the details we will know because Krishna is revealing it to us. So this is our chance to listen. Our chance to listen. This is very, very important. Why? If Krishna is not going to reveal, then there is no way no one understands. Even the Vedas cannot understand who Krishna is. No, which was said, we were said that read Veda, you know Krishna. But that is not even true. Veda only know Krishna, whatever Krishna revealed to Vedas. But did Krishna reveal everything to Vedas? No. So this is very, very important. When Krishna reveals it, we should pay attention. That is why Mundaka Upanishad is clearly telling that. What it is telling that not by great intelligence, not by great explanations, not by great listening and all these things, you know me. No. You only know me if I shower mercy. If I shower mercy. Atma Vivrunite Thanum Swayam. So Krishna opens, Krishna reveals himself to who? Whenever whom he likes it, that person, he opens it. So it is very important. Now Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's mercy. When Krishna's mercy is available, now it is our job to pick it up. So that is what exactly Bhagavad Gita is. It is a song. It is a song sung by Krishna. We should listen to it. Or it is a nectar that is flowing from the lips of Krishna, and we should grab it. We should grab it. So that is about these 3 verses. Now let us read it from here. Now, anyone would like to read the next few paragraphs? One more person. Anyone interested? New people? Any other person, whoever is not reading in the recent times? Yes, Priya Mataji, would you like to read?
Can I? Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Just what is the Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the necessities of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways. As Arjuna, always in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna, and consequently this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but everyone of us is full of a- anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other we are put into a sat. A sat refers to that which does not exist. Out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are a few who are actually inquiring about their position, as to what they are, why they are put into this awkward position, and so on. Unless one is awakened to this position of questioning his suffering, unless he realizes that he does not want suffering but rather wants to make a solution to the suffering, perfect human being than one human being. Humanity begins when this a sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. In the In the Brahma Sutra, this inquiry is called Brahma Jignasa. Ateto Brahma Jignasa. Every activity of the human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the Absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering or why they came from and where they shall go after death are proper students for understanding Bhagavad Gita. The sincere student should also have a firm respect for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a student was Arjuna.
Thanks, Mataji. Yeah, you can
Thank you,
start.
Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, especially, he's talking about why Bhagavad Gita. Why Bhagavad Gita? So Bhagavad Gita is a solution for all our problems. Okay? Now, first ask ourselves, what is our problem? Ask ourselves, what is our problem? What is our biggest problem? Anyone speak? What is our biggest problem? One single line, what is our biggest problem?
How to survive in this material world, Prabhuji, like materially.
Yes, how to survive in this world. But you have education, you have job, you have money, you have your parents, you have some bank balances. Why are you suffering? Why are you feeling like that? Why are you feeling like that? I'm just asking. This is a common question to everyone. Huh? We have education, we have jobs, we have some bank balances, we have parents, we have some assets that can support us. Why still we are feeling like that?
Because of greedy, Prabhu.
What greedy has anything to do with this one?
So, like, if I have a money of 1 lakh rupees in my bank account, I want 5 lakh. If I have 5 lakh, 10 lakh. If I have a small car, I want big car. So, something like that. People are like thinking about that and not happy, whatever they have.
But that is nothing to do with survival, right? Mataji said survival is the problem, right? But that is not survival. That is basically making more and more, more and more, more and more. What is survival problem? That is not a survival, right? That is basically increasing more and more. Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So what is our biggest problem?
Prabhuji, maybe uncertainty because we don't know what will happen next.
A perfect one. A perfect one. A very good one. All are related. What is tomorrow? We don't know. What is tomorrow? We don't know. And our nature is such that any unknown thing always makes us fear, isn't it? Any unknown thing makes us fear. What is the best example? Any unknown thing makes us fear. What is the simplest, easiest example?
Death.
COVID.
Prabhu.
What is it?
Death.
COVID,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
I think, is it Prasanna Mataji or Ram saying something?
Prasanna Prabhu. Death
Yeah.
I'm saying, Prabhu.
Death. Okay. Death is unknown. We don't know when it comes. We don't know when it comes. That is why we always never wants to think about the death, isn't it? We don't want to think about the death. Death is inevitable, but we don't want to think about the death. So we are postponing it, isn't it? We are postponing it. We see death in front of our eyes, but we never thought that it is coming to for me. So that same death, I'm postponing it from my life. But it is there. It is always there. It is always there. Question is when. Question is when. So I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. This is one answer. Another simplest one, easily we find it in every single day. This is something very high level. But the simplest one, unknown thing, making us restless, or unknown thing making us fear. What is it? The simplest one. In our homes, daily happens. It sometimes happens, especially in India. It happens every time, every day, almost.
So is it something like which we cannot see, Prabhuji? Like maybe in
Yes,
the
exactly. Which we cannot see. Which we cannot see. Simple example: nighttime, isn't it? Nighttime. How many of us are courageous enough to not fear anything in the middle of the night if someone at our window outside wearing something white, hanging at something, look like a ghost without feeling a thing at all? How many of us really courageous enough to look into outside like that?
Prabhuji, you said this today. I won't get sleep today.
So because this is unknown thing makes us uncertain, because restless. See, our rational thinking comes up after our intelligence start working, right? We all know that there are no ghosts or something like that. So this rational thought of there are no ghosts comes only after our fear subsides. That means if our intelligence working, then there is no problem. But when something suddenly hits us, it takes time for our intelligence to really work. It takes time. Another example I find very interesting. I have a little fear of snakes, because since childhood I have a lot of entanglement with the snakes. For some reason, whatever it is, I was with them, around with them in fields. I come across almost biting and kind of thing. So I have some cut, but I never feared by handling a snake. I'm afraid of snakes, but I never feared handling a snake. If there is a snake or something, somehow I'll figure it out how to get rid of it. Even though that means I have a fear of it, but my intelligence making me how to handle it. Now the same thing, if it is available, it is there in darkness, now I don't have the same courage to face it. I don't have the same courage to face it because I cannot see. The thing which I cannot see it, now my intelligence is not helping me. So all the fear which we have is an unknown of tomorrow. An unknown of tomorrow. This is always making us. See, earlier I asked one question. Why we have fear when I have money, when I have my parents, when I have my assets, when I have my job? Why do I still fear? The simple answer is, it is just a matter of time to lose all these things in no time. It happened in my life, not even once, thrice it happened in my life. My grandmother used to say that, we are filthy rich. Filthy rich means, you can throw the money anywhere. That much rich we are, basically. My grandmother used to wear, this every single day one set of jewelry. That set is like that is kind of rich we are. Guess what? Overnight we become pauper. My grandfather's friend, or some whatever it is, they dug out, completely looted the entire home without even single. Even we have silver plates at home. We have silver plates at home. We lost everything in no time. In no time. Somehow, my grandfather and my mother and my father, they worked it out. And guess what? Second time, we hit by a fire accident, flat ground. Everything was completely washed out. We came onto the road again. So like this, we can see that fear, we don't even know. Having so much is not going to help us at all. So this fear always constantly haunt us. So to get rid of that problem, we have to have the knowledge, and we have to make this knowledge as second nature to us, as a second nature to us. That means we should constantly remember that I am eternal. Nothing, no need to worry about this body. If not this body, some other body I will get it. After all these things will come and go. If I am suffering today, tomorrow I am going to be happy. So suffering and happiness, these come two sides of a coin. So today I tossed the coin turned suffering. Tomorrow, when we toss the coin, it will turn to be a good one. That means tossing of the coin is constantly happening back and forth, back and forth. So we are the two sides of the same coin, sometimes good, sometimes bad. This knowledge must be gained and to become, to make it, hone it such that we don't fear at all. We don't fear at all. We fear every single day. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. We have to get rid of bhaya, attachment, greediness, anger, all these things. Then we will be happy. So we will discuss more in the next class. I will stop it here, and we'll further discuss. So any comments, questions from anyone, any realizations, anything? I sincerely request, and I encourage people to speak, so that the more you speak, you get clarity, you get thoughts, you get ideas, and that is how we develop. That is how we see where we are, what we are with. So thank you, everyone. So you can open up and you can speak. Any comments, questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Ramakrishna Prabhu.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful class, Prabhu. When we read this introduction part, Prabhu, even we did not understand this much. Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. No questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else have any comments?